there. I know, an hour later than usual, but this is going to be my new Sunday stream time. So, what on earth, stream waiters? Why are you still telling me that my battle is ready to begin when I haven't even selected a battle? Well, let's start with more challenges of the technological variety, but never mind. And why does closed captioner tell me I have not turned closed captions on? They are on, they work. I can see them work, but... Okay, again, whatever. Let's just ignore it and get to knitting or something. But first we are going to do a Stream Raiders battle. See, no battle still running. But never mind. I'm just going to start this one and see if my stuff tells me something else on my display then. Maybe. Oh yes, it changes. Nice. So I think I'm going to use my tank here. Please join me in the battle if you play Stream Raiders. Link is in the chat. And if you've played with me a few times before, you should know how to find me. Now I'm going to do more subscriber hearts because I got new subscriptions and I plan to always do them on Sundays, and when I don't have subscriber hearts to work on, I'm going to work on the stream blanket. Today we have a big box of yarn and I need to check which one I need. Let me see. I know I have the image somewhere, because of course I only wrote the number down. There we go. Number 9 is this orange. Then I need to turn this into a proper yarn ball first, otherwise I will get horribly tangled up. Just sorting everything where it belongs. And snipping off the strands holding the skein together. Okay. Now this seems to be the strand on the outside. And because I don't have extra pairs of hands, I'm going to use my nail polish remover and my coffee cup to keep everything where it belongs. I know this is probably not the most interesting thing to watch, but I forgot to check before stream which yarns I would use. So I'm not quite prepared today, which is of course absolutely my own fault. And now it's already tangled up and I don't know why. Isn't it great? So much for quickly doing this. Well, since this is apparently caught in here, I'm just going to try and get it out and wrap it with the yarn hanging off my arm. Maybe that will work better. I think the chaos might be sorted now, so trying to go back to this test round. Yes, okay, then we are going to put the two things in between again to avoid further messing up. And yes, I do own a Swift and a ball winder, but getting them out now for this little bit of yarn would probably take much longer than doing it this way. And I don't have the space to do it here. I would need to do it off screen, so this is much better because this way I can at least talk to you while doing it. My anniversary stream on Friday was really great fun. I totally enjoyed it. Welcome in, Procra. Thank you for the raid and the host. How are you doing today? And what did you stream? Okay, you're going to lurk, that's fine. I hope you are doing well. Was just saying my anniversary stream on Friday was great fun. It was great to see so many people around and get to talk to everyone, play some games together. I really enjoyed it. And it seems like everyone else did too because they stayed. So, what's going on here? This is going on. I got it untangled, yay. So, today is the first day on my new streaming schedule. From now on, I will be streaming Sundays from 4 p.m. until around 7. And I will be streaming on Tuesdays from 3 to 6 or a bit later, which is the same as it used to be. No more stream on Thursday, but I will do Friday evening streams starting at about 6:30 p.m. We'll see how that goes. If people are around for that time, it will stay like that. If it does not work out, I'm going to change the schedule again. But I want to try some different things for now, because how am I supposed to know if it works if I don't try? And maybe that way I get a few of the US people in here for more than 5 minutes before I end, because it's later in their day. We'll have to see. And if you have any feedback on the changed times, please let me know here or on my Discord. Because it doesn't just need to work for me, it needs for the purple. For the people coming here as well. Look, I've just been looking at my screen and thought, that really is a nice purple yarn. So you have turned into purple instead of people. Make of that what you will. So we're getting close to being done with this here. And then I can start with the knitting. We have this part to do, and after that I have one more to do in the variegated pink yarn, and then I'm caught up again. So yay, for once not behind on everything. My partner and my son are both really, a bit low today, because it's their last day off after vacation, and tomorrow they have to go back to work or to school. So they are both a bit down today. But we have decided we are going to order Chinese today, kind of as a last treat for vacation. which means as well that I'm going to go back to work on my things a bit more. I still don't have a day job, but yeah, I have decided to do more about my design business and social media and build my website up and all this stuff. So starting tomorrow I will actively work on all this stuff again. I took this week off with my partner. So where are my needles for this? There they are. Now that is a lot of orange today. Orange yarn, orange needles and an orange backdrop. But well, so as you can see, I already have my coffee, which means I'm not going to take the usual coffee break because, well, we started later. And if I take my coffee break that late, it might be a bit too much caffeine too late in the day. So I decided to bring my coffee with me right away. There still might be a short break in between if I need the bathroom or something like that, but we'll have to see about that. And in about 15 minutes I'm going to read a fairy tale because it is Sunday stories time again. And yeah, before Christmas I had started reading one Grimm's fairy tale every Sunday, and I will keep doing that. This is the fiddly first rose. Excuse me while I swear silently at my yarn because I try not to do it out loud, but this is annoying. After this round it's going to be fine, but this round is always extra annoying and extra fiddly. So I have the I'm going to break my fingers round done. No need to worry, Poker. It's all fine. You were playing TFT, but the stream screen wasn't working. What exactly is TFT? Nope. I'm drawing a blank here right now. And I'm fine, thank you. I hope you are too. Team Fight Tactics, a game within League of Legends. Ah, okay, yeah. Now that you mention it, yes, I have heard of it because my son plays League of Legends a lot. I don't, so I often don't remember all the details. You had a stressful day and now you are unwinding a bit too much now. It's good fun. Yeah, my son either has a lot of fun with League of Legends or is swearing at it all the time. There seems to be no in between. And stressful days don't sound fun, but I'm glad you are getting to unwind now. Because that is definitely important. So now I should be fine with this without breaking my fingers in every increase row. Yes. It's as usual just the very first one that I'm going crazy over. Sometimes it's one and the same with LOL. Yeah, I get that idea from my son as well. Because if it was so bad, which it seems to be from his swearing and yelling sometimes, why does he still play it? So it still must be fun. And it's one of the games he keeps coming back to again and again, so there definitely must be some appeal to it. It's very addictive. So much orange on my screen right now. I did not plan this, but orange backdrop, orange yarn for knitting and orange needles. It is one of the weirder experiences. You have had some very rude people, but then you say something to point it out and they usually apologize. That's good that they at least realize when it's pointed out that, oh, this might have been the wrong thing to say. And hopefully they remember for next time. But yeah, I think everywhere where you play with a lot of random people, you get rude people. Sometimes you get just people who are oblivious and don't notice it's rude what they are doing. And there will always be the assholes who will just say stuff to get a reaction and who know exactly what they are doing, but they are everywhere. I mean, it's the same on Twitch. I mostly had really nice people here, and I'm on streams where there are mostly nice people, and sometimes someone comes in and starts spouting homophobic or racist stuff, and it just happens. Because in every group of people there will be idiots. No matter how you separate people, there will always be idiots in every group. And then the problem with stuff like League of Legends and other online games is you have many people who don't use their first language to communicate in. So they might sometimes say stuff without being aware that it's in that language offensive because, yeah. Okay, go to bed if you are tired. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Thanks. This is definitely going to be a pretty hard, and I finally get to use this lovely orange. The problem was I really like this yarn, but it's not enough on its own to do much with, and I never knew what to use it for. That's why I threw it in the box for subscriber hearts, because now at least it's going to be used, and I'm not sure how much of it you can see, but it is a cotton yarn with one strand of rayon that looks slightly darker and is shiny. So it's not quite a solid color. No, it's not really showing. It's either too bright or... Let me see. So this is better. Now you can see the shiny thread in there. And we almost have the first stream raiders battle. I'm going to tuck my yarn end inside here so I don't need to move it out of the way all the time. Going to stream raiders in a second. I need to drink something. So there we go. Stream raiders. Let's see. That's not many of us. Let's see how far we get. Probably not far. Yeah, not far, but we tried. And we are going to exit the event and just go to something new. Let's start up here and see where that leads us. I'm going to place my musketeer. Please join me if you play stream raiders. The link is in chat. Just as why did my audio mute itself? What did I press? I must have pressed the wrong key. But, well, yeah, we are going to read a fairy tale. Grimstories.com, The Fisherman and His Wife. I posted a link in the chat if you would like to read along. And, so, there was once a fisherman and his wife who lived together in a hovel by the seashore, and the fisherman went out every day with his hook and line to catch fish, and he angled and angled. One day he was sitting with his rod and looking into the clear water, and he sat and sat. At last down went the line to the bottom of the water, and when he drew it up, he found a great flounder on the hook. And the flounder said to him, "Fisherman, listen to me, let me go. I'm not a real fish, but an enchanted prince. What good shall I be to you if you lend me? I shall not taste well, so put me back into the water again and let me swim away." "Well," said the fisherman, "no need of so many words about the matter. As you can speak, I had much rather let you swim away." Then he put him back into the clear water, and the flounder sank to the bottom, leaving a long streak of blood behind him. Then the fisherman got up and went home to his wife in the hovel. "Well, husband," said the wife, "have you caught nothing today?" "No," said the man, "that is, I did catch a flounder, but as he said he was an enchanted prince, I let him go again." "Then did you wish for nothing?" said the wife. "No," said the man, "what should I wish for?" "Oh dear," said the wife, "and it is so dreadful always to live in this evil-smelling hovel. You might as well have wished for a little cottage. Go again and call him. Tell him we want a little cottage. I dare say he will give it to us. Go and be quick." And when he went back, the sea was green and yellow and not nearly so clear. So he stood and said, O man, if man you be, or flounder, flounder in the sea, such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not." Then the flounder came swimming up and said, "Now then, what does she want?" "Oh," said the man, "you know, when I caught you, my wife says I ought to have wished for something. She does not want to live any longer in the hovel, and would rather have a cottage." "Go home with you," said the flounder. "She has it already." So the man went home and found, instead of the hovel, a little cottage, and his wife was sitting on a bench before the door. And she took him by the hand and said to him, "Come in and see if this is not a great improvement." So they went in, and there was a little house place and a beautiful little bedroom, a kitchen and larder with all sorts of furniture and iron and brassware of the very best. And at the back was a little yard with fowls and ducks, and a little garden full of green vegetables and fruit. "Look," said the wife, "is not that nice?" "Yes," said the man, "if this can only last, we shall be very contented." "We will see about that," said the wife. And after a meal they went to bed. So all went well for a week or fortnight, when the wife said, "Look here, husband, the cottage is really too confined, and the yard and garden are so small. I think the flounder had better get us a larger house. I should like very much to live in a large stone castle. So go to your fish, and he will send us a castle." "Oh, my dear wife," said the man, "the cottage is good enough. What do we want a castle for?" "We want one," said the wife. "Go along with you. The flounder can give us one." "Now, wife," said the man, "the flounder gave us a cottage. I do not like to go him again. He might be angry." "Go along," said the wife. "He might just as well give us it as not. Do as I say." The man felt very reluctant and unwilling, and he said to himself, "It is not the right thing to do." Nevertheless, he went. So when he came to the seaside, the water was purple and dark blue and grey and thick, and not green and yellow as before. And he stood and said, O man, if man you be, or flounder, flounder in the sea. Such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not." "Now then, what does she want?" said the flounder. Oh, said the man, half frightened, she wants to live in a large stone castle. Go home with you, she is already standing before the door, said the flounder. Then the man went home as he supposed, but when he got there stood in the place of the cottage a great castle of stone, and his wife was standing on the steps about to go in. So she took him by the hand and said, "Let us enter." With that he went in with her, and in the castle was a great hall with a marble pavement, and there were a great many servants who led them through large doors, and the passages were decked with tapestry, and the rooms with golden chairs and tables, and crystal chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, and all the rooms had carpets, and the tables were covered with eatables and the best wine for anyone who wanted them. And at the back of the house was a great stable yard for horses and cattle, and carriages of the finest. Besides, there was a splendid large garden with the most beautiful flowers and fine fruit trees, and a pleasance full a half-mile long, with deer and oxen and sheep, and everything that heart could wish for. "There," said the wife, "is not this beautiful?" "Oh yes," said the man, "if it will only last, we can live in this fine castle and be very well contented." "We will see about that," said the wife. "In the meanwhile we will sleep upon it." With that they went to bed. The next morning the wife was awake first, just at the break of day, and she looked out and saw from her bed the beautiful country lying all round. The man took no notice of it, so she poked him in the side with her elbow and said, "Husband, get up and just look out of the window. Look, just think if we could be king over all this country. Just go to your fish and tell him we should like to be king." "Now, wife," said the man, "what should we be kings for? I don't want to be king." "Well," said the wife, "if you don't want to be king, I will be king." "Now, wife," said the man, "what do you want to be king for? I could not ask him such a thing." "Why not?" said the wife. "You must go directly all the same. I must be king." So the man went, very much put out that his wife should want to be king. "It is not the right thing to do, not at all the right thing," thought the man. He did not at all want to go, and yet he went all the same. And when he came to the sea, the water was quite dark grey and rushed far inland and had an ill smell. And he stood and said, O man, if man you be, or flounder, flounder in the sea, such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not." "Now then, what does she want?" said the fish. "Oh dear," said the man, "she wants to be king." "Go home with you, she is so already," said the fish. So the man went back, and as he came to the palace, he saw it was very much larger and had great towers and splendid gateways. The herald stood before the door, and a number of soldiers with kettledrums and trumpets. And when he came inside, everything was of marble and gold, and there were many curtains with great golden tassels. Then he went through the doors of the saloon to where the great throne room was, and there was his wife sitting upon a throne of gold and diamonds, and she had a great golden crown on, and the sceptre in her hand was of pure gold and jewels, and on each side stood 6 pages in a row, each one a head shorter than the other. So the man went up to her and said, "Well, wife, so now you are king." "Yes," said the wife, "now I am king." So then he stood and looked at her, and when he had gazed at her for some time, he said, "Well, wife, this is fine for you to be king. Now there is nothing more to be wished for." "Oh, husband," said the wife, seeming quite restless, "I am tired of this already. Go to your fish and tell him now I am king. I must be emperor." "Now, wife," said the man, "what do you want to be emperor for?" "Husband," said she, "go and tell the fish I want to be emperor." "Oh dear," said the man, "he could not do it. I cannot ask him such a thing. There is but one emperor at a time. The fish can't possibly make you one emperor, any one emperor. Indeed he can't." "Now look here," said the wife. "I am king and you are only my husband, so will you go at once? Go along. For if he was able to make me king, he is able to make me emperor, and I will and must be emperor, so go along." So he was obliged to go, and as he went he felt very uncomfortable about it, and he thought to himself, "It is not at all the right thing to do. To want to be emperor is really going too far. The flounder will soon be beginning to get tired of this." With that he came to the sea, and the water was quite black and thick, and the foam flew and the wind blew, and the man was terrified. But he stood and said, O man, if man you be, or flounder, flounder in the sea, such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not." "What is it now?" said the fish. "Oh dear," said the man, "my wife wants to be emperor." "Go home with you," said the fish. "She is emperor already." So the man went home and found the castle adorned with polished marble and alabaster figures and golden gates. The troops were being marshalled before the door, and they were blowing trumpets and beating drums and cymbals, and when he entered he saw barons and earls and dukes waiting about like servants, and the doors were of bright gold. And he saw his wife sitting upon a throne made of one entire piece of gold, and it was about 2 miles high, and she had a great golden crown on, which was about 3 yards high, set with brilliants and carbuncles, and in one hand she held the sceptre, and in the other the globe, and on both sides of her stood pages in 2 rows, all arranged according to their size, from the most enormous giant of 2 miles high to the tiniest dwarf of the size of my little finger. And before her stood earls and dukes in crowds. So the man went up to her and said, "Well, wife, so now you are emperor." "Yes," she said, "now I am emperor." Then he went and sat down and had a good look at her, and then he said, "Well, now, wife, there is nothing left to be. Now you are emperor." "What are you talking about, husband?" said she. "I am emperor, and next I will be pope. So go and tell the fish so." "Oh dear," said the man, "what is it that you don't want? You can never become pope. There is but one pope in Christendom, and the fish can't possibly do it." "Husband," said she, "no more words about it. I must and will be pope, so go along to the fish." "Now, wife," said the man, "how can I ask him such a thing? It is too bad. It is asking a little too much, and besides, he could not do it." "What rubbish," said the wife. "If he could make me emperor, he can make me pope. Go along and ask him. I am emperor, and you are only my husband, so you must go." So he went, feeling very frightened, and he shivered and shook, and his knees trembled, and there arose a great wind, and the clouds flew by, and it grew very dark, and the sea rose mountains high, and the ships were tossed about, and the sky was partly blue in the middle, but at the sides very dark and red as in a great tempest. And he felt very desponding, and stood trembling, and said, O man, if man you be, or flounder, flounder in the sea. Such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not. Well, what now? Said the fish. Oh dear, said the man, she wants to be Pope. Go home with you, she's Pope already, said the fish. Just a second. So he went home, and he found himself before a great church, with palaces all round. He had to make his way through a crowd of people, and when he got inside, he found the place lighted up with thousands and thousands of lights, and his wife was clothed in a golden garment, and sat upon a very high throne, and had 3 golden crowns on, all in the greatest priestly pomp. And on both sides of her there stood 2 rows of lights, of all size, from the size of the longest tower to the smallest rushlight. And all the emperors and kings were kneeling before her and kissing her foot. Well, wife, said the man, and sat and stared at her. So you are Pope? Yes, said she, now I am Pope. And he went on gazing at her till he felt dazzled, as if he were sitting in the sun, and after a little time he said, Well, now, wife, what is there left to be, now you are Pope? And she sat up very stiff and straight, and said nothing. And he said again, Well, wife, I hope you are contented at last with being Pope. You can be nothing more. We will see about that, said the wife. With that they both went to bed. But she was as far as ever from being contented, and she could not get to sleep for thinking of what she should like to be next. The husband, however, slept as fast as a top after his busy day, but the wife tossed and turned from side to side the whole night through, thinking all the while what she could be next, but nothing would occur to her. And when she saw the red dawn, she slipped off the bed and sat before the window to see the sun rise, and as it came up, she said, Ah, I have it. What if I should make the sun and moon to rise, husband? She cried, and stuck her elbow in his ribs. Wake up and go to your fish, and tell him I want power over the sun and moon. The man was so fast asleep that when he started up, he fell out of bed. Then he shook himself together and opened his eyes and said, Oh, wife, what did you say? Husband, said she, if I cannot get the power of making the sun and moon rise when I want them, I shall never have another quiet hour. Go to the fish and tell him so. Oh, wife, said the man, and fell on his knees to her. The fish can really not do that for you. I grant you, he could make you emperor and pope. Do be contented with that, I beg of you. And she became wild with impatience and screamed out, I can wait no longer. Go at once. And so off he went as well as he could for fright. And a dreadful storm arose, so that he could hardly keep his feet, and the houses and trees were blown down, and the mountains trembled, and rocks fell in the sea. The sky was quite black, and it thundered and lightened, and the waves, crowned with foam, ran mountains high. So he cried out without being able to hear his own words. O man, if man you be, or flounder, flounder in the sea, such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not. Well, what now? Said the flounder. Oh dear, said the man, she wants to order about the sun and moon. Go home with you, said the flounder, you will find her in the old hovel. And there they are, sitting to this very day. That was The Fisherman and His Wife, another Grimm's fairy tale. I hope you enjoyed it. Going to turn the music back on, and I need to drink some more. My throat is dry. And now we go back to knitting an orange heart. This is for Pickle. So, everyone who joined while I was reading, how is your weekend going? Mine was mostly very relaxed. Come on, this was staying under my keyboard before. Hello Andy, you had a nice piece of cheesecake with rum raisins. Ooh, raisins. I'm not jealous of that at all, because I do not like raisins in my food. But cheesecake sounds good. We are going to order Chinese tonight. And tomorrow the boy goes back to school, my partner goes back to work, and I will go back to writing job applications and work on my design business a bit more. No, I don't like mushrooms. But my partner hates raisins but does like mushrooms, so it doesn't always go together. And my son as well. No raisins for him, but he loves mushrooms. I think mushrooms taste of death and decay. And dirt. No, but for women this rule applies to 70% from your experience. Possible. Yeah, no cake for us this weekend. But I'll probably bake again next weekend. Just not sure what yet. But I've been thinking about a cheesecake soon. Because it's been way too long since I made cheesecake. Sorry if I'm a bit more quiet today. I'm not feeling 100%, but yeah. I know why that is and I'm trying to ignore it. Don't worry, I'm not really sick. But we have a Stream Raiders battle, so let's get to that. This might look a little bit better than the last battle, but yeah, I'm not too positive yet that we can make this, but let's see. 72 enemies, 10 of us. We fought well, but we lost. One more try with this, it should be easier now. Please join me. And I just realized I need to get my meds. I have not taken my meds yet today. If you have any daily medication, please make sure you have taken it. Don't be me. So yes, please take your meds, drink your water. Yeah, everything is orange today. Orange heart, orange backdrop, and orange needle. It's as if I had planned on it, but it just happened by accident. Because I do not pick the colors for the subscriber hearts. So, does anyone have any plans of what they want to tackle in the near future? Like, I have my plans on putting more time into my design business to get it to run better and, well, make the most of the time where I don't have a day job yet. Okay, I have to take a little break because I'm really not feeling too well. I will be back in 5 minutes and I hope I'm feeling better then. If not, because I'm going to get some tea, and if that doesn't help, I will probably have a short stream today, but we'll have to see. First, tea, because tea is never the wrong answer. Thanks, Farmer. Just give me a few minutes. I'm going to run a 1 minute ad, so if you need to get something, take care of yourself, stretch, use the bathroom, whatever, please do so now. And yeah, I will be back in about 5 minutes.
Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land, Savannah. I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah. The beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk, Savannah. I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah. The beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk, Savannah.
Autumn is waiting, seeing your face in the dead of night by my side, but I'm still hesitating, 'cause there is this distance
So I'm back. I have tea. I have taken some painkillers and that should help. If not, I'm probably going to end after the next Stream Raiders battle. But I'm going to give it some time to work. And no, it really is nothing before anyone starts worrying about me. It's just, I'm a woman, hormones, not so regularly every 4 weeks anymore because menopause and more hormone weirdness and it just makes me feel wrong. I can't better describe it. Like one of those days where you think, I might be getting sick, but you can't even tell what it is that you have. It just feels off. But let me tell you, hormones are so weird. And no fun at all. Especially if they change during the month. No worries. I was just saying that I was not really sick and that it's my stupid hormones and that menopause doesn't really help. Because everything is different, so my body doesn't know what to do with all those hormones. I've been having hot flashes for the last 5 years, but that was the only thing I got. And for a few months now, every time around when I get on my period, my whole body just feels wrong. Because. Hello Lula, welcome in. So, I hope you are having a good day, Lula. Mine has been pretty good until the hormones started to annoy me. You're doing laundry. I will have to do that tomorrow. Don't forget to message me some references for the little Lula. I still have some other stuff to do for craft exchange, but I will probably not be doing embroidery all the time, so I can alternate between the two. That would be good. And I know I wanted to send you a photo as well, but yeah, we had basically no daylight at all the last few days. Yeah, it was really grey and dark and rainy all the time. It wasn't fun. Nope, no sun today, and by now it's already dark outside. My window is all black, but it's 5:30, so at this time of the year it's pretty normal to be dark out. Yeah, it's getting evening here. So my tea should be ready now. Removing the tea bag before I have some kind of bitter sludge that I don't like to drink. And yes, I'm going to hydrate with my tea. Which is still very hot. Okay, I might have to hydrate with water. Because I can only sip this. But yeah, I got tea because, yeah, I'm feeling so weird, and with hormones and my period coming up and everything, my stomach decides to tell me there's something wrong with me when there's nothing wrong. It's been doing this for 2 days now, so I know there is nothing wrong. And I thought tea can't hurt. But it's still a bit too hot to drink. I don't want to burn my tongue, because then I have to talk like this. So halfway done with this heart. Last round of increases. I'm not sure what I have done to my camera, because my chair is where it always is, and when I have my hands where they always are, they are right at the edge of the screen. No idea. Yeah, it's a great orange, and you can see it's not a solid color. It's cotton, and there is a shiny thread of rayon going with it, which is slightly different in color and shine, so it gives it a really interesting look when it's knit up. I loved the yarn but never knew what to do with it because I only had a little bit of it. Well, now I can use it for small things. That's why I put it into my "This is for subscriber hearts" box. Yeah, today I'm really color coordinated without planning to. I mean, I've had this orange backdrop for a while. Pickled choose orange yarn, and the needles I'm knitting on are orange too. Feel free to love it. Just another tiny subscriber heart, and it will add a new splash of color to my vase because it's the first one in orange. I'm going to have to recheck the yarns I have available and probably take new pictures for the subscriber hearts, because some of the ones I had are gone already and I might have some new fun leftovers. So I think a new photo is in order. And I like to see all the different colors in the vase behind me, which is actually filling up by now. I might need to find a bigger container or a second container for them. Because you can spot it over my shoulder here. This is the top of the vase, and as you can see, the newest heart reaches the top. There we are. There's still a bit of room, but the first one already reaches the top, so I will have to rethink my storage. But it's great to see them all in here. It's such a great visual reminder of all the love here on Twitch, and on days where I feel like, why am I doing this? Is this even interesting for anyone? I look at this vase and think, well, if it wasn't interesting for people, why would so many of them subscribe or gift subscriptions to others? Done with playing Dark Souls, Andy, or just stopping by in between? And yes, I see everything sometimes. Okay, Stream Raiders. Give me a second to reach the end of my roll. You just won against the DLC boss. Nice. Congrats. I'm not sure if my son played the DLCs. Dark Souls is definitely not my game. A guardian with a big wolf. Wait, you killed a wolf? And you dare tell me in here? No, that was the wrong spell. I don't want you. I want this one. Yeah, you in here with two wolves and say something like that. Unbelievable. So, oh, I just noticed my new schedule needs to be changed. But I'm going to get to that after we have won this battle, and we are going to win this one. There we go. Most kills and most assists go to Andy, 5 go to everyone, and 3 flag bearer scrolls go to Mafalda Crafts. Congrats! So, since I seem to be feeling better, I'm going to start another battle here. And. Well, there seem to be a few people around. I'm going to use my flag bearer because I need scrolls for it. So, in Dark Souls 3, a guy with 3 more wolves is attacking you, and in Phase 2 he calls for the big wolf. So all dead in the end. No. So I'm going to knit one more row. Nah, don't cry. The werewolf is in everybody of us, so still alive. Well, that's a relief then. And they are still there for New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus and so on. How many times do you intend to play? You have to go for now? Well, have a great Sunday afternoon and I hope to see you around soon. Bye. Only one playthrough. Yeah, that's me in most games as well. I tried a second playthrough with Witcher because there was so much left to explore in the world, but yeah, I gave up pretty quickly because it was the same story and it got kind of boring.
Take your words back home. Back sway nice and slow. Feel the ebb and flow. Get sucked out to sea. I wonder where you are. 'Cause you know, take these things kinda extra hard. This back and forth will take me anywhere you need to be. I can't need you anymore. Out there, you're on your own, and I can't need you anymore.
Yes, Witcher 3. I played it and all the DLCs, and then yeah, I realized there was so much of the map I hadn't explored yet, and there had been question marks and signs there might be something there. And I tried to do a New Game Plus, but yeah, it's no. Yeah, I have played the full main story and all DLCs. And I did a bunch of side quests as well. Just not all of them. Because that game is freaking huge. So just counting for a second. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You have 160 hours or so and did, in your opinion, all quests, but it is absolutely not necessary. I'm not sure how many hours I had because it's on the PlayStation, and yeah, I would need to go on the PlayStation to check that. But I did play a lot. My backdrop wants to run away today. It was doing so well the last few times. Today, it's fighting me.
Feel the ebb and flow. Just get sucked out to sea.
So I need some yarn. this is more than long enough. And yay, we get some contrast going. But just to hold the stitches, so it won't last long. Where is my needle? There it is. Coordinating again, blue yarn with blue needle. So, and my yarn is on hold and I can work the first half of the top. So, for one of my card swaps I actually have an idea how to do it. And for the second there is something coming together in my mind as well. But we'll have to see. the next project I start on stream next week is going to be the second embroidered dragon for my craft exchange with Sunshine. And then I'll have to see about the next stream project. I'll probably keep working on my second sock from my design on stream. I mean, I did not get far on Friday, but Friday was so much fun, I don't care that I didn't get much knitting done. On Sundays I plan to keep doing the stories, and if I have any to work on, subscriber hearts, if not, stream blanket. So because if that doesn't have a set day, then I'm not going to make much progress on it. Although since the stream blanket is not a high priority and does not have a deadline, I'm going to push that aside if I have something to work on that has a deadline and yeah, where I don't make enough progress otherwise. But the stories will definitely stay until people tell me they do not like them any longer, or I decide I don't like them any longer. And Tuesdays and Fridays will be mostly just the usual crafting chatter. We'll see where the day goes and what we talk about stuff. And then the random teen appears. Yes, I'm streaming. That's why there is a cable across the hallway. So I'm done with this half of the heart. Snip. What are you mumbling about? Yes. Yep.
Im Januar sogar noch.
Yep. Wir bestellen. So, one half of the heart done. I'm actually feeling a bit better, so taking painkillers was a good idea. Tea didn't hurt. And thanks for asking. So, picking up my stitches here. This blue here looks really great in the orange. I wonder if I have some orange sock yarn somewhere that I can combine with the leftovers of this blue when I'm done with my sock design. Sorry about the loud noises, my needle escaped and hit the keyboard. And my partner is coming home from visiting his brother. Oh, I actually forgot to update this one. Sorry, Victoria, and welcome in. I'm going to give you the correct link. I forgot to change my command for today, which happens sometimes. Let me see where I put that file. So, this is the correct information about my project. My subscribers, when they subscribe for the first time, can choose from a selection of yarns, and I will knit a heart in a color of their choice, and I'm going out of the frame, and I put those in a vase behind me. And that's what I'm doing right now. Because I got some new subscriptions on Friday, so I have to make some more hearts. which are fun to do, so this is not a complaint. Thank you. And dear random music, no. I'm not in the mood for that right now. So, since you are new here, where do you come from? Like, where do you live? And how did you find me? I'm always curious to figure that out. I keep forgetting my decreases. Come on. I want to get this thing done. You thought it was going to be like fox ears for a cape with a hood. No, no. It's going to be a heart. I'm just working on the second half of the top. You are in the southern US. Well, I'm in Germany. My name is Yvonne. I live here with my partner and my 17-year-old son. And I design patterns for knitting and crochet. Pretty much anything you see down there has been designed by me, and there is a pattern available for it. But I like to work from other people's patterns as well. And no, I don't have any pets because I have lots of allergies, so yeah, it's not the best idea for me to have pets. I used to have cats and I had pet mice for a while. How about you? Are you a crafter as well, or do you just like to watch people do several crafts, or what did you bring here? Did you bring here? What did bring you here? That's the correct order of words. I promise, I know how English works. You are allergic to cats and rodents except guinea pigs. You totally understand. And you do crochet. You taught yourself how to read patterns. Yeah, that's kind of how I did it. I do like patterns that have the charts in it, with especially for crochet, because you can I like the symbols better because you can basically see what's happening. You see there is a tall stitch or a short stitch, and but I'm a very visual person, so I know that a lot of people are different. And here in Germany, when you buy a magazine or something, you basically always get the charts and not a written pattern for crochet. So it's basically what I learned first. That might be a reason why I'm so comfortable with it and prefer it over written. It was weird for me when I got the first English knitting book or crochet book, and they had no charts in there at all, and it was all just written pattern, and I was so confused because that is absolutely not done here in Germany. How long have you been doing crochet? I learned both knitting and crochet from my mom as a kid, but well, gave up in my teenage years and then started again when I had my son, so 17 years ago. And since then I've been pretty much constantly playing with yarn in one way or another. And I'm done with knitting on here. Now snip. So you're working on a sweater and started the first panel when you started crocheting last year, and started working on the second panel a couple days ago. You can for sure tell the progress you've made. Your grandma taught you to knit and tried teaching you to crochet, but you wanted to focus on knitting. Just got back into trying to learn crochet last year. Oh, yeah, but it's great that you can see the progress, because then you know you are actually learning and getting better at it. Because it's so easy to get frustrated because your work doesn't look like that of someone else, but that someone else might have been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years and you have just started a year ago. So of course it will look different. I mean, since you already know how to knit, you probably are better at knitting now than you were when you started. But that's something a lot of people forget, and then they get frustrated. But knitting is better. I'm not going to get into crochet, but yeah, if you don't keep at it, you don't get better. At the beginning, their knitting probably wasn't any better either. So I'm going to get my fiber fill over here, but we are going to do a round of stream waders first. There we are. And we are going to battle here, maybe, and see what happens. Now we are splitting up and going several ways. But we are going to easily win this. You started with amigurumis. I started with things like scarves and mitts and baby clothes because yeah, I got back into it due to having a baby and baby hats, stuff like this, and amigurumi came much later for me. For some reason I felt that would be too difficult. So we have won this battle. Most kills and most assists Andy, 5 gold for everyone, 1 bomber scroll for Mafalda Crafts and 1 healer scroll for Andy. Congrats! Now, since I'm not feeling 100%, I'm not going to start another battle here, but I'm going to finish this heart. Knitting, you started with scarves and also made hats. You enjoy crocheting more. That's fair. I like both because they give such different results. Like when you want a stretchy fabric like for socks, I prefer knitting. When I want lacy, I like crochet. When I want a sturdy fabric for a bag, single crochet is awesome. So basically there's a lot you can do with each, and if you know what kind of fabric you are going for, you can choose the right craft for it. So now let's finish up this heart, stuffing it with fiber fill, and then I just have to weave in the ends. So this seems to be stuffed nicely, so I'm just going to close the tops here and squish it around to spread the filling evenly. Now you can already see it's going to be a heart. But in this color it would be pretty easy to turn it into a fox face actually. I can see why you thought that. Just putting some eyes here and the nose down there, and you have a fox face. And thank you. I really liked this pattern for a long while, but I never knew what I should do with the hearts if I knit them. Well, and then I started streaming and decided they would be a great thing to make for subscribers when they subscribe for the first time. So I have a visual reminder of all the people who supported me. And that finally gave me a reason to make lots and lots of those cute, adorable hearts. And they are easy to knit. Can be made with pretty much any yarn. Pattern comes in several sizes, so you can adjust it according to what you want and need. And there is lots of information in the pattern about how to get your things to look neat and beautiful. So it is a pattern worth spending money for. And no, it's not mine, and I don't get paid any commissions. I just like the pattern. So this is getting a new home in here. There we go. And yeah, I really might need to get a bigger container for my hearts. So for today I'm going to end my stream and look for someone to wait. Let's see who is online, who is crafting. Let me check. If you know someone who is online, please feel free to suggest anyone we could wait. Okay, this is not loading. Who else is online? We could go to someone doing cross stitch. If it ever loads them, I might be able to tell what the other person is doing. Oh, working on a crochet cardigan. But I just raided her earlier this week, so I'm probably going to leave her be. So we have 2 cross stitchers. Let's see if they are both still around for a bit. This one has been going for a while. Well, let's go to Masked Bandit. They do cross stitch. So, thanks everyone who joined me today. It's always fun to have all of you here, whether you talk to me or not. Please copy your wait call. This is the sub call with the emotes so you can see them. Yeah. Thank you all for being here, talking, listening, lurking. You are all welcome. I appreciate all of you and I hope to see you soon. Next stream is on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Central European Time. That's 3.5 hours earlier than it is now in your time zone. On Tuesday. So, I hope to see you soon and have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye!
It's a raid. Red and the Wolf Designs. Welcome in. Welcome in. See if I can do this right. We'll come over here. Thank you for the raid, Red and the Wolf Designs. I appreciate that. What were you doing on stream today? You're knitting a plushy heart. Oh, that sounds lovely. Did you get it finished?